Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Kristen Dixon, the Web Content Manager here at TAPPI. We hope you all had a wonderful holiday season and a very happy new year. So now that we have made it to 2022, we would like to continue bringing you info about our TAPPI PIMA Student Summit event. So the event is an excellent venue for advanced undergraduate and graduate students to learn about opportunities after graduation, as well as some of the key challenges and opportunities existing in the industry today. It is the only event that brings students from the paper and packaging schools together to reinforce their interest in joining the industry. So we've had some changes that I wanted to announce here before we get started with our guest, Claire Hammontree from NC State University. The Summit Planning Committee is committed to providing a safe learning and networking environment for students and we determined that the rising COVID cases warranted a move to virtual. So in order to be accessible to a wider audience of students, registration is complimentary, but still required. So some of the updates about this change will be posted soon, and the program, speakers, fun activities that we'll still continue to do, just virtual from here on out. So we hope that you'll be still joining us online for the event that'll take place February 19th and 20th. So we'll have more details about that coming out on our social media as well as on our website. But here today, like I said, I would like to introduce our guest who's going to be speaking with us today. This is Claire Hammontree. She is from North Carolina and is a senior at NC State studying paper science and engineering and chemical engineering. She is graduating in May and has accepted a process improvement position with Eastman Chemical. She has been involved with the NC State TAPPI Chapter for 5 years. So thank you so much for being here with us today, Claire.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's jump right into the questions and answer series that we've planned. So as you know, we said you graduate in May, so very soon. So have you attended TAPPI Student Summit before?
I have. I've gone for the past 3 years. Been in 2019 when it was in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and then 2020 in Norcross, Georgia, and then last year when it was virtual.
Nice. So you're 2 for 2, 2 live and in person and 2 virtual.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, so like we said, you've done some in person and you've also done virtual before, and this year is going to be virtual again. So what are your thoughts on the decision to move Student Summit to a virtual event on the 19th and 20th of February for this year instead of having it in Cincinnati like we previously planned to actually have it this upcoming weekend?
I think we were a little sad when I first saw the email, but it was understandable and kind of assumed it would be moving online. It seemed like cases were rising, so it was the smart and safe decision. And I think last year when we did it online, it went very well. So I'm excited to see how it'll go this year again.
Yeah, that's great. Hopefully, we'll be able to, there's nothing like being in person and being with each other, but instead of being in our boxes like we are today, but we really hope to plan. That's why we pushed it from, instead of being this weekend, since we did change to virtual, pushed it to a little bit later in February. That way we can still make sure we have some really cool breakout rooms, some really great presenters and fun networking as well as you can in this virtual setting. So we really hope to still be as engaging as possible. But yeah, we did it last year. We can do it again this year. So it'll still be a great event. So with that being said, what are you most looking forward to at Student Summit 2022?
I think the breakout rooms and kind of always hearing from the young professional panel is always something that I like to hear about, or from, young professionals, and just seeing, how, people have kind of transitioned from college to full-time is always nice to hear and kind of comforting. And then I also like to see, some of these friends I've made over the past 3 years and some people that I've worked with. So it's a great chance to kind of catch up with them and see them, which is always nice. So I'm excited for that.
Absolutely. The networking, that's really what we always hear is the most important. And like you say, it really is from coming from a student to you'll very soon be a young professional in the industry, starting a new position. So that's really exciting. We'll still be bringing that YP panel too. I know they're excited. Hey, we're all getting used to virtual. That's a new aspect. You're having to learn from being a student to being full-time in the job world. And then now you're having to do a lot of it virtual. So we're all learning together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think attending an event like Student Summit is so important?
I think the networking is great because it kind of gets you out of your, little bubble. Like I feel like NC State, we kind of can be a little bubble, but it's nice to break out and, make friends from all different universities. And I think online, especially last year, we saw a lot of different like colleges that I hadn't seen or really interacted with. So that was really interesting and fun. So kind of just to broaden your horizon of friends and also kind of interviewing with some of these companies that might not come to, your school directly, but are coming to these events is always nice to do. And I think that's kind of an important part of it as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're still going to be doing the virtual interviews with the same companies, and hopefully even a few more. So we'll still have time to send in your resumes and everything. But I did want to ask too. I saw that you in May you have a position already lined up. How did you get that position, or how did you interview with that company?
I met them at our career fair, our engineering career fair, back in September. And then from there, I kind of did a round of in-person interviews and then a round of virtual interviews. So it was kind of a hybrid of interviewing techniques. So I found that from NC State.
Nice, awesome. So that's kind of a one way, and then also Student Summit. This event has those same, and several other companies doing some interviews. So that's exciting. So also I did want to mention too that we are planning, TAPPI, we're planning to create a year-round students division website. So as of now, we just have our Student Summit event website where you can of course find information, how to register, the program and what have you. Or we want to build a website that you can go to all year round for information about TAPPI student membership in general. So what are some of the resources that you would like to see on a website like that?
I think being able to probably like chat with other TAPPI like chapter members from different universities, because I think being able to kind of reach out to them and that way would also be nice, and especially kind of helpful for some of the officers for university chapters to be able to reach out and kind of ask if they've ever had any good events, or like, asking for tips and how to keep engagement up with the club, and, what changes should probably be made, like just kind of have feedback from other chapters and see what they're doing and what works for them too.
Absolutely, all working as a unit, even though you're at different schools. So that kind of brings me on to my next question. That is, have you heard or used our networking platform, TAPPI Connect?
Yes, I've used it a little bit. I've kind of played around with it.
Awesome. Yes. So that's kind of our way. I don't know how to best say it. Maybe our like membership, people that are really involved in TAPPI, they're kind of social media. So you have access to speak to that or chat with those other chapter leaders and stuff. So we're really to just be on the lookout that we're really going to be pushing that for, networking and communication through that platform, because it'll be an all year chat instead of, especially since we're doing a lot of stuff virtual. So that's awesome. So just my final question here for you, Claire, is that what if you could say one final thing that you'd like to share about the TAPPI PIMA Student Summit event, or just student membership in general, what would that be?
I think that it's a great resource. I mean, it really is like endless possibilities. There's networking, there's ways you can, learn. It's really, if you want to use it to the full advantage, there's a lot that you can use for both Student Summit and the membership. They're great resources and learning tools. And I think they're both great. It's a great membership and then a great event we always have.
Awesome. Yeah, we like to say that there's a couple real world things at the event and for student membership that you might not get in the classroom. So Thank you very much for that. And thank you again for being with us today. We look forward to seeing you virtually at our event on February 19th and 20th.
Thank you for having me.